When Joy Behar decided to put a Trump supporter on the spot during an episode of The View, she probably didn't expect the response she got. What started as a bold attempt to challenge an audience member quickly spiraled into a jaw-dropping moment that left Joy visibly unsettled and the crowd buzzing with excitement. Stay tuned as we unpack the intense exchange, the unexpected comebacks, and why this could be one of the most unforgettable episodes in the show's history. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe for more must-see moments like this one. Let's dive in. It all began when Joy called out a Trump supporter sitting in the audience. "There's a Trump supporter up there. Stand up and let us see you," she said. Her tone was laced with humor but carried an unmistakable edge. The woman, unfazed by the spotlight, confidently rose to her feet, ready to speak her mind. Joy didn't hold back, leaning in with another question. "People always wonder, why do you support Trump? Can you tell us who you are and why you think that way?" Her voice hinted more at judgment than genuine curiosity. Without missing a beat, the woman responded, "I think it's time for a real change," she said firmly. "I voted for Obama once, and I'll admit, it was the biggest mistake I ever made." What happened next had the audience stunned, and even Joy seemed momentarily at a loss.
One woman. There's one woman up there who's a Trump supporter. Stand up and show yourself. There she is.
Don't make her feel bad.
She wants to be
I have
seen.
a question for you.
She's clapping when we're talking about Trump, and I think we appreciate that you're here.
People always ask, who is a Trump supporter? Could you explain who you are so we can understand?
She needs a camera. There she goes.
No, I'm not explaining it. I don't get into politics. I just feel that we do need a change. I voted for Obama. I'll be the first to say it. I think it was the biggest mistake of my life.
The audience member explained how policies during the Obama administration had taken a toll on hospital systems. She detailed the difficulties in obtaining approvals for patient treatments and how some regulations had left hospitals on the brink of financial instability. Joy appeared caught off guard by the depth of her response, and it showed. As the woman tried to elaborate, Joy frequently cut her off, peppering her with rapid-fire questions. "Do you support Bernie Sanders' single-payer healthcare plan? What about coverage for pre-existing conditions? Shouldn't Trump release his taxes?" Instead of a dialogue, it felt more like a cross-examination. Despite the interruptions, the woman remained composed, articulating her stance on healthcare, the economy, and why she valued Trump's business acumen. "I don't agree with everything he says," she acknowledged, "but I believe we need someone with a business mindset to lead the country." The tension in the studio was undeniable. Even some of Joy's co-hosts appeared uneasy with her confrontational approach. Meanwhile, the audience began murmuring, clearly eager to hear the woman's full perspective without interruption.
Why?
Okay, I'll tell you
Why was it a mistake?
I work in a hospital. No, I work in a hospital. You want to talk about Obamacare? What it has done to the hospital systems and putting hospitals out of business. You can't get an authorization for Medicaid for any type of treatment that a patient. You have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. Just like in any other job, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So when you look at that, I don't agree with that.
So would you like single-payer care like Bernie Sanders says?
No, I don't agree with Bernie Sanders either.
So you don't want any. You want everybody should pay through the nose.
You should have insurance through your company. I do agree with that.
See.
Okay, I do.
What about pre-existing conditions? How do you feel about that?
They should be covered.
They should be covered. Okay,
Absolutely.
so that's part of Obamacare. He changed that.
Yes, but there's certain things that weren't changed that we don't see behind the scenes. Like I said, wherever you work, you know what goes on.
Okay, quickly. What else? We got to move on.
I personally think that maybe we need a businessman because, like you said, every 4 years we always complain about people.
So you would like him to have his taxes everybody should see his taxes, right?
I don't think his taxes have anything to do with the presidential. I'm sorry, I don't.
But you say like I said, he's a businessman. That's what he's putting out there. So don't you want
to see them, but I don't think that has to do with what he has to do. I don't think. Do I agree with everything he says? No, absolutely.
The discussion wasn't over yet. Another host jumped in, steering the conversation in a new direction by asking if the woman's support for Trump was influenced by his past as a reality TV star. The woman chuckled and shook her head. "That's ridiculous," she said. "I don't even watch reality TV." Her calm and composed reply stood in stark contrast to Joy's growing irritation. The interaction hit its climax when Joy attempted to shift gears, launching into a generalized critique of Trump supporters. But the woman stood her ground. She calmly highlighted how several policies from the Obama administration had led to unforeseen challenges, particularly in healthcare and social services, areas where she had direct experience. Her thoughtful response struck a chord with the audience, drawing a wave of applause that left Joy visibly unsettled. The room's energy had clearly shifted, with the woman commanding more respect with every word.
I have a question for you. Do you feel like his job as a reality star has swayed your vote, or does that even net at all?
Absolutely not.
Because that's what people speculate.
No, I don't watch reality like that.
Okay.
That's nonsense.
Are you working now, honey?
Actually, no. I got an injury, so I'm not working for the past year, but I've seen it all.
But you said you worked in healthcare, or
Yes.
She works in health.
But as a social worker, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I could see where money is needed and we're not getting it. My husband works for not-for-profit with homeless. There is so much more money that is needed that we're not getting.
And you feel that he's going to
And Obama stopped a lot of things. The mayor did lovely with everything also.
No cussing. Thank you very much.
No
Sit
cussing.
down.
Thank you. Sit down.
Right.
Okay.
You messed it up, boo. You messed it up.
she said ship.
Okay.
This wasn't just a disagreement. It was a prime example of how The View often approaches opposing viewpoints. The woman came ready to express her thoughts, but Joy's frequent interruptions and dismissive attitude made it clear that genuine dialogue wasn't the goal. For many viewers, this exchange underscored a growing dissatisfaction with how political debates are handled on the show. Rather than encouraging open conversations, these moments often turn into one-sided grilling sessions. What's your take? Did Joy Behar's approach go too far, or was this just another passionate exchange on The View? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe.